First, on Greenland, we are clearly in a better position than we were 24 hours ago. First of all, there was, as you said, Antonio, unequivocal solidarity with Greenland and Denmark. Second, we also stood firmly with the 6 member states that were threatened with tariffs. We engaged very actively with the United States on various levels. We did so in a firm but non-escalatory manner. We are well prepared with trade countermeasures and non-tariff instruments if tariffs would have been applied. We followed 4 key principles: firmness, outreach, preparedness and unity. And it was effective, so going forward we should maintain this very approach. Our work on independence is more important than ever. Yes, thank you very much. We had indeed very good discussions tonight about our transatlantic relations, and I want to focus on 2 geostrategic issues of strong relevance to our European security. The one is Greenland and the other one is Ukraine, and here specifically its future prosperity. First, on Greenland, we are clearly in a better position than we were 24 hours ago, and tonight we drew the lessons of our collective strategy. So what did we do? First of all, there was, as you said, Antonio, unequivocal solidarity with Greenland and Denmark. Second, we also stood firmly with the 6 member states that were threatened with tariffs. Third point, we engaged very actively with the United States on various levels. We did so in a firm but non-escalatory manner. And the fourth point was that we are well prepared with trade countermeasures and non-tariff instruments if tariffs would have been applied. So to sum up, we followed 4 key principles: firmness, outreach, preparedness and unity. And it was effective, so going forward we should maintain this very approach. A broader point now on Arctic and Arctic security, and I will start with investment. We have collectively underinvested in the Arctic and Arctic security, so now it's high time to step up and to build on what we already achieved. 2 years ago, before all of this year started, I was in Greenland to open our European Union office in Nuuk. And last year we launched agreements that will lead to additional investments in clean energy, in critical raw materials, and in digital connectivity. And for the next long-term EU budget, we have already proposed to double the financial support for Greenland. So right now, we are working on enhancing the EU relationship with Greenland, and as part of this, the Commission will soon put forward a substantive package of investments. Beyond investment, we also intend to deepen cooperation with the United States and all partners on the important topic of Arctic security. In particular, we believe we should use our defence spending surge on Arctic-ready equipment, a European icebreaker, for example, and we should strengthen our security and defence arrangements with partners in the region, such as the UK, Canada, Norway, and Iceland, and others. This has become a real geopolitical necessity. So far for Greenland, let me turn to Ukraine. As winter has taken grip of the country, Russia is doubling down on vile attacks. We are doubling down on our support for Ukraine. This week we are deploying 447 emergency generators worth 3.7 million to restore power to hospitals, shelters and critical services. Work is also progressing well on the security and prosperity packages or aspects of the peace talks. As you know, the security guarantees that we have discussed, among others, in the Paris meeting on the 6th of January, brought good progress. And now we are waiting for Russia to respond. And on the prosperity package, the second big package, we are close to an agreement with the United States and Ukraine on one single unified prosperity framework. It looks as how we can boost the prosperity of Ukraine the moment there is the achievement of a ceasefire or peace. And let me share some of the details of this unified paper. We are talking about a single document representing the collective vision of the Ukrainians, the Americans, and Europe for Ukraine's post-war future. It draws actually on the needs assessment work of the World Bank, and it proposes a response that is built around 5 different pillars. The first one is increasing the productivity through business-friendly reforms and greater market competition. The second pillar is about accelerating Ukraine's integration into the EU single market through reforms in key economic sectors. The third pillar is about significantly scaling up investment. And here the Ukraine investment framework, part of our Ukraine facility, is already in place, so we can use structures that we have already built since the beginning of the war. It has been so far the EU's main investment vehicle for the country, and it is clearly delivering. The fourth pillar is about stronger donor coordination, because we do not only need public money but also need private investment. And here too we have a robust and proven structure that already exists through the Ukraine donor platform. This donor platform brings together G7 countries, the European Commission, Ukraine and other partners. And finally, to complement all this for the prosperity of Ukraine, the fifth pillar is about fundamental reforms, a precondition. It means reinforcing the rule of law, stepping up anti-corruption efforts, and modernizing public administration, because this is how we are able to build trust, and trust of our partners and trust of the investors is paramount. So this agreement on the prosperity framework is a very important milestone. As I said, we are almost done. We are now actively preparing Ukraine's future as a modern, sovereign and free country, and this is a strong signal to our brave neighbour and partner in difficult time. To conclude, our work on independence is more important than ever. We will meet for a leaders' retreat on the 12th of February to further pursue this aim. Thank you very much.